at the time the area not mapped or explored. Fort Brooke was 2,500 feet high, surrounded by barbed wire. All the huts made of bamboo, just bare floor. Water came from the river, no electric, and it was being so isolated, all the food had to be dropped in once a week by airdrop.
Like the new villages, these jungle forts must fulfill two very different roles. They are police strongholds, strategic bases for patrolling deep into the jungle. But at the same time, they must be community centers to win over Orang Asli hearts and minds. The forts bring to these isolated communities modern medicine and education for the first time.
First, the children were very frightened of me, but you can understand them being frightened because the communists had drilled into them over the years that if the Orang Putih sees you, he'll eat you. He'll have you for dinner. So I had to break down this barrier first, but after a while they realised I was okay. So I was asked to build a school for the local Aborigines, and a couple of the policemen used to teach the Aborigines simple words because they could not speak Malay or had only a smattering of Malay. They had such a culture shock. I remember once I had contacted the tribe who'd never seen a European before, and they came into the fort, and I happened to put my radio on, and when they heard a voice coming from this box, they were terrified and ran away.
The British feed and educate the Orang Asli, but they also need them to join the war on terror as combatants. A special Orang Asli militia is formed, called Senoi Prak, Man of War.
Senoi Prak ni makna dia orang perang. Kami orang asli ni bila kami melawan tu, baik kami pakai sumpit, baik kami pakai lembing ke, bila melawan tak sedar diri. Sampai habis, biar nyawa meninggal pun tak apa. Itu adat kami orang asli lah.
Trained by the British SAS, the Senoi Prak strike hard at the communists in the deep jungles. And by 1956, the new forts have broken Orang Asli bonds with the communists. All over Malaya, Templars' surge is at last turning the tide of the war. The communist leadership has been decimated, and Chin Peng himself is in Thailand. The British step up the pressure on these hardcore communist brigades holding out inside Malaya.
By that time, the security situation had greatly improved, and so the people remaining in the jungle in the communist ranks were essentially the very hardcore. They needed to be starved into submission.
They survive only thanks to supplies of rice from some of the Chinese resettlement villages. The solution is radical but down to earth. Instead of supplying villagers with raw rice, the new village authorities will cook it first. The strategy is called central cooking.
要怀疑你们在怎么情况之下来激起他们对的。后来他出了一招，米不能跟让你们自己煮，把一个大锅放了，全村人到时到后那个煮好了，在那个一个集中那个地方，你们去拿那个饭。
Central cooking has a deadly effect. The flow of rice from village to jungle dries up. Isolated in the jungle, many communist fighters begin to starve.
我们夫妻也是很辛苦啊，没有2次饿肚子，牺牲得很大，饿死啊。
Dalam pertempuran, agaknya banyak juga kawan kita korban. Tapi itu patut. Ini pengorbanan di dalam kebuluran. Nah, itulah dah. Sampai ke tak boleh berjalan, tak boleh bergerak. Saya makan kayu. Buah dan puyuk rebuh. Rebuh tak mau umpuk, makan-makan. Sumpah itu. Itu yang pahit betul lah, bukan bohong lah.
Hunger forces the desperate communist leaders to cut down the size of their units to cope with rapidly dwindling supplies.
在那个时候呢，我们人员也减少，就可以在那边维持，所以影响到我们大部队啊不能够集中在一起，这样变成打仗的力量啊削弱了。
With the communists on the run, the British make sure that ordinary Malayans know that the emergency is being won, that the communists need no longer be feared. To ram the point home, security forces put on display communists killed in firefights, the fruits of victory. Even schoolchildren are not spared these grisly exhibitions, as teacher Ted Miles recalls.
On the way to school, we had to walk by the police station, and often we would see the bodies of dead communists lying on the ground in front of the police station. They would be brought in by helicopter and spread out, I suppose for identification purposes to start with, but it always was a stark reminder that there was a war going on.
We try to identify them. So we place it at the foot of the police station, and then the public will come and have a look. We have our men mixing with them. We will see whether tears come out or not. Then we would follow and do proper investigation to find out.
Malaya has endured 5 years of undeclared war, the emergency. Now Sir Gerald Templar must prepare war-weary Malaya for a new challenge: independence.